Welcome to Mastermind with Maggie. Maggie Chula is a psychic channel for the Akashic Master Teachers. Together, they are experts on spiritual healing and helping you connect to your source of light, your soul. Join in a mastermind. Resolve your problems and create goals for the future. Build action steps that empower you to create your life in partnership with your soul wisdom. Problems can be on any subject: health and well-being, relationships, spiritual, emotional, or your connection to your soul. Manifesting your goals can be simple and easy. Join in the discussion. Mastermind solutions to problems. Create goals and action steps. Then move forward to a life full of possibilities. We invite you to come with your problems and leave with a plan.
Yes. So other people can't hear that? Okay. Hi, greetings. My name is Maggie Chula, and I'm so happy to have you take this time to join me today. The topic of our podcast is checking in with Mother Nature and the fairies. So when you listen to the news or read the paper, you can't help but hear about the many disastrous things happening to Earth: the volcanic activity, superstorms, droughts in many areas of the world, or even the monsoon rainstorms that have been flooding the area. So what's happening and how can you help? On this show, we're going to mastermind and share ways that you can do your part to help create a stable atmosphere or a vibration within this planet, how you can commune with the nature elements and work with Mother Earth and Mother Nature to help restore and create balance and harmony for all life. If you feel the calling to do more, then please listen in to this show. So as I said, welcome. We're going to be talking today about the Earth and how we can help her. And this is a new platform for us. I just want to share that we are moving to a platform, so we're going to be able to take callers pretty quickly, hopefully within the coming month. But right now, if you want to join me on the air or join in a discussion with me on a topic of the week, I'm going to ask you to contact me at maggie@maggiechula.com. On Facebook. My business page is Maggie Chula, Psychic Channel and Spiritual Teacher, and I'd love to have you like my page and join me each week to learn new ways to face the world, create light, love, and a healthy lifestyle for yourself and also for those you love. So as I mentioned today, I want to talk about the planet Earth, and it seems very timely. Everywhere you look, it seems that part of the Earth feels they're having and experiencing extreme weather. Now, we've heard a lot about the global warming. Is it real? Is it real? And whether you believe or not, all the changes that are taking place are things that are human-made conditions, or whether you're just feeling like you can't take it anymore. The Earth that you remember has changed so much. I want you to know that on this show we're going to talk about that and give you ways to feel more in control. Now, as you all know, I like to mastermind. And when I mastermind by going up and connecting to God, connecting to angels, and also connecting up with fairies. So I do believe that Mother Earth is a living being. Mother Earth herself is growing and changing. And yes, some of that can be scary, and some of the changes I do feel are being affected by things we as human beings can change. And I will be sharing some of those with you. But right now, let's really take a moment. I want you to take a moment and think about this. What's going on in your part of the world that's causing you to feel scared or scattered? Is it that the Earth is so warm there now? Can you ever go out and just enjoy seeing the beauty of nature? And I ask you to come with problems so that you can leave with plans. So I do want to go ahead and talk and touch base on some of the things that are happening. As you know, if you happen to live in the United States, there's been many mentions of fire that's taking place, and I think that's on the West Coast. and then there seems to be flooding going on in the east. So what can we do to help bring a balance and restore something to those two parts of the world? In my part of the world, we have very nice weather. I live in the midsection of the United States, and we are blessed with pretty good weather. But I can tell you from the years I've lived here on this planet, it does feel to me like our summers are warmer than they used to be. And I know that we also live in a part of the world, of the country, that has quite a few lakes. And around here, what people are concerned with is it feels the lake levels are lower than they've been in the past. And that is actually true for quite of the areas around us. And they say that part of that is natural and has to do with the number of people who are now drawing water away from these bodies of water from the lakes. So that happens to be a problem. And then on the other side, we lately have been receiving a lot of rain, which causes the rivers around us then to swell up. So it does seem like there's just this imbalance that's going on. But I want to help you see how the things that are happening now, while I do feel there's a lot of things we can do with the way we use energy, the way we can use the natural resources of the earth, I also believe very strongly in our ability to send light, to send the loving vibration of God to the earth so that all living things on this planet can feel connected and centered and in power for their life. My belief is that when people feel and understand they are making the choices in their life, then they can let go of some of the anxiety and the fear and the frustrations that build up, just feeling that you have no power, that you're at the mercy of the gods, if you will. So I do very strongly believe that you, me, all of us have quite a bit to do with helping Mother Earth and helping her heal. And I also want to share that if you go onto my website, you know, when I talk about Mother Earth, I talk about her like she's a friend. I do. And I have been actually able to channel this incredible vibration. If you go to my website, MaggieChula.com, right there on the front page, on the side, you're going to find an audio that was channeled from Beloved Gaia. And she shares in that channel that she's very happy, that she's been changing and growing, and that she has more desires for herself. So I am a person who believes that life is all connected, and that life that is all connected has to include the planets that we live in and all of the beautiful living things that are supported by her energy. So that's the boundaries of what we're talking about. And then another thing to put in there is, yes, as you know, I do communicate with angels and I check in with fairies. Now, fairies are a little different than the angelic realm. Fairies are here, they live closer to the vibration that we live in, and they are very much a part of the earth and the earth structure. If you've ever go out into nature, you really can sense and feel all of the life that's around her. If you get a chance to go for a walk, like in the woods somewhere, I don't know if you have a lot of space like that around you. Some of us are not blessed with that. But if there's a way for you to go outside and get a chance to be with the trees, to be with some body of water, to really breathe in the air and to feel centered and grounded, you will begin to feel what I feel when I go outside. Because when I go outside, I open myself up and I let Mother Nature, Mother Earth, all the angels, all the fairies know that I'm there, that I'm happy to be there, that I'm welcoming all of life around me and saying, I respect you, I sense that you are with me, and I send you my love. I come in peace. Those things that I do when I set up and I go outside, they help me. They help me connect to the knowing that there is so much life around me. They help me to know that I'm part of something bigger than just myself. And there have been so many times in my life that I've needed that connection to help me increase my sense of well-being. I know what it's like to struggle feeling alone. I know what it's like to feel out of sequence and out of sync with the people around you. And at those times, I also know that I have gone out in nature, gone and petted my cats, taken my dog for a walk, been with the animals, and found myself once again restoring my desire to go forward and to know that life exists all around me, that there's goodness all around me, and that no matter what the news says or the people that I'm listening to say, there's so much here to be positive about. So I hope you do come back after the break so that we can share some of the ways we can all contribute to helping Mother Earth be better, to helping the earth restore her beauty, and to just help you feel connected and grounded and safe within your body and within your life. That's a lot to ask for, but that is what I'm going to ask you to do. Come on back after this break, and let's talk about what we can do to help create balance and harmony for all of life.
Your conscious connection to a more mindful world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Spiritual, metaphysical, green living, psychic, alternative healing, life coaching. Do any of these or similar terms apply to your business or cause? If so, you are in a niche market with a very specific audience. Conscious Gate PR is the world's leading conscious public relations agency. With a global reach of over 4 million and growing, we offer comprehensive media campaigns to our targeted market. Learn more at ConsciousGatesPR.com. Conscious marketing for conscious minds.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me the Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
Are you stuck? Have you tried over and over to stop an addiction, let go of self-sabotage? Do you have anxiety attacks or anger issues? Do you want to stop? Let go, breathe. I can help. I have a 9-step spiritual healing path program that will lead you towards attaining balance and well-being in your life, body, and mind. Contact me. Go to MaggieChula.com and learn more. I'm here when you are ready.
Want to know some fun facts about colonoscopies? Colon cancer is 90% preventable. A colonoscopy can detect and prevent colon cancer in one fell swoop. But here's a not-so-fun fact. Lots of people are so uncomfortable even talking about a colonoscopy that they never get one. If you're 50 or 45 for African Americans, get screened now. Maybe even earlier if you have a family history. To schedule a screening today, visit StopColonCancerNow.com.
Okay. Thanks for coming back. Remember, we're checking in with Mother Nature and the fairies, and we're also checking in with Mother Earth. We're talking about what can we do to help restore and create balance for all life here on earth, and that includes your life, because it is amazing how much better you can feel by tuning in to the world around you. And I mean the world of the spirit, the world of the animals, the world of Mother Earth. That's right. Okay. So one of the things that we hear a lot about is going green. Now, going green, sometimes that can be a little bit of a mind shift. I know my husband and I were out in the park the other day, and we were noticing it feels like there's more debris along the side than there used to be. Now, I know it's summer, and I get that many of us are going out for picnics, and you're bringing your little ones, and there's a lot of things to do. But I think one of the things that we can all do, and I know that the fairies would ask of us, is to pay attention so that what you bring in, you take out. So if you go for a walk in the woods, or you go for a walk somewhere in a park, bring with you something that you can use to pick up the trash that you use, the things that you do. Just to bring it with you so that you can bring it out. You don't want to leave anything that can, even if it can decompose, sometimes it's nice to bring it on out. And then put it in the place that's designated for trash. I know we were talking about on our walk in our park, they used to have more trash cans around, and I had asked about why wouldn't they do that anymore, since they're not doing it as much. And or my husband did. And what we found out was they were being misused. People were putting things, and they were spilling all over, and then actually more trash was getting into the park because of the wind or the blowing, or people just a little less aware. And so what we would ask, what the fairies would ask, what Mother Nature would ask, is to just be a little more mindful. So if you are going out to enjoy being outside, and I hope you do, just bring something. Bring something so that whatever you bring in, you can bring out also. If you leave anything in the forest or on the park, where you go, please let that be your love, your prayers, and your good intentions. So as I mentioned, some of these things are going to be useful tips that you can use right now, and other things are going to be ways that you can connect up on a spiritual level, because that's what I like to do. I like to think about life in all different levels and layers. So the practical one is bring something so that you can take the trash out when you go. And you know what? Another good thing to do is if you see something along the road that doesn't belong there, you can pick that up too. Now, I'm not asking you to go into the woods and not have any fun. The other thing to do when you go into the woods, go into nature, is to start to really see the colors. Have you opened up your eyes to see all the enormous shades of green there are in the earth? It's so wonderful. You can open your eyes up and tune into the different colors of the trees. And what I'm learning through a class I've been taking with Doreen Virtue called Fairyologist, How to Be a Fairyologist, is to start to look for the faces, start to look for the feelings. So as I've gone out in nature lately, I've been looking for little places that might be circles of stones that you find in the woods or that you find on the beach. Those are used by fairies. They're called fairy circles. And some beliefs feel they're portals of energy that allow these little sprite beings, these little higher vibrational beings, to connect more and ground with our vibration of Earth. So one of the things that you could do to help would be to create a little fairy circle. And you know what's fun? It's fun to do that with your children or your grandchildren to help them know, hey, let's go out and find some stones. They don't have to be expensive crystals. They don't have to be anything special. They can just be stones that you might have picked up on a walk. Let's say you're down by the water. Ever use the stones to go skipping stones in the water? Well, one of those stones would be great for collecting and putting in a circle to create your own little fairy circle and welcome the elementals into your yard or into the park or whatever area of the earth you want to beautify. I know another thing that's happening, I'm really excited to see it, are all the different people making fairy houses. Have you seen them? There's one just down the street in my neighborhood. They put a door on a tree, and I think there's a natural little opening, but they put a frame around it, a cute little frame around it, and they've got a window, and it looks like a little fairy tree. Everything that you make, little fairy houses, little fairy trees with, can be things you have found on your walks. A beautiful feather. A feather can be a gift from the birds. And it's also a sign. So when you're going for a walk, if you tie this together, you can say, hey, I'm coming out here. I'm so happy to be outside. I respect all of life, and I'd love to see the animals that are here today. When you do that, then you open up and you start to look at what's that first animal that comes that you can see. Is it a little squirrel? Well, squirrels have their own magic. They have their own energy. Squirrels actually are really good at saving up for the future. Squirrels can be a sign that it could be time for you to put some things aside for the future date. But don't spend everything all at once. It can also be, I'm feeling a little squirrely, I've got to get out, I've got to move, it's time to move around. So start to look at things and to see how are you connected and how might what's happening be a reflection of something that you need in your life. So that's one of the things you can do. Okay, then what about paying attention to how you use water? I mean, water is a big thing. First of all, your body needs water. There are many different reports on what percentage of your body is water, and it goes all the way up to, I think I've seen it go as high as 80%. And we know the earth is made of water too. But water as a natural resource is being used, sometimes misused, in ways that cause an imbalance in nature. Mother Nature shares that she has more than enough, but if you take more than you need, then you change the balance within the world. So sometimes that can be something like if you live in an area that's primarily a desert area, start to plant things that are native to your soil. Maybe you can't have that same lush green lawn you had when you lived in a different part of the world, but what can you have? What's native for that area? There's always something that makes that part of the world beautiful. Beautiful. And start to look at what can you do to reintroduce or to expand something in your part of the world that's native for that part, that will help support the animals, give them something to eat and to munch on, give them a home to nest in if it's a tree, or it's something that can help you feel better when you go outside. And it can be flowers. There's flowers that grow in. Some flowers don't even seem to need water. So find out what works there and start to pay attention to what it is you're adding within your own part or section of the earth. A lot of people will say, well, drinking tap water is good instead of bottled water. And some people, there's been some news that the tap water isn't as safe as we thought it has been. Now, not for all parts of the world, not even for all parts of the United States, but in some places, you might not feel comfortable drinking the tap water that just comes out of your tap. And in that case, what you can do is find a really good filter. There are good filters that you can use to help ensure that the water that you drink is purified. And if you do go to bottled water, which is a perfectly good choice for many people. What about getting bigger bottles of water? What about getting the ones that you can go and refill? So I know that there are places around me that I can bring a big bottle of water and I can refill it. It costs less money than these little bottles of water, and it saves on the earth. It saves on the earth because then the bottles don't need to be created, so that saves. It saves there's not so much plastic going into the landfills. There's just different ways that you can actually help, and it takes very little. And in this case, with the water, it would actually could save you money if you go to using something bigger. So that would be helpful. Now then there's other ways that people can help by maybe not driving as much. Now we don't all live in places where there is mass transit, like in Europe. It seems there are underground trains and more friendly mass transit than there might be where I live. And then I know in New York they have the subways, but in my part of the world it seems a whole lot of us need to drive cars to get places. And even so, is there something you can do, like take a bike when you go to pick up your groceries? So let's start to think about that. I ask you to think about that. What is the one or two little things you can do to think about maybe making your own carbon footprint smaller? So we're going to continue with this and start to work on it. Like I said, we're working on it in ways that are both spiritual, but also realistic ways to help with the earth and to help with the changes that are going on so that we can recycle, reuse, and support all the living creatures, all of life on this beautiful, beautiful green planet. So come on back and let's continue to think, how can we restore and create balance and harmony for all of life?
A conscious lifestyle for a mindful life. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organization, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
Hi everyone, this is Shay Parker, the host of Best of the Best, which airs live right here on IOM Radio every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. I'm super excited to bring you expert guest hosts, spiritual discussions, free psychic readings, and so much more. I can promise that you will not want to miss this one-of-a-kind, fun, yet touching, down-to-earth show. Join us every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific on OTR-FM. This is Shay Parker, and I can't wait to see you there.
Do you want to connect to your magical child, merge your passions and creativity, unlock your imagination, and play with the angels? Come learn the Akashic Vibration process with me, Maggie Chula, and the master teachers of the Akasha. Together we will mastermind, exploring questions, issues, blocks, creating possibilities, then ground your creations into your current timeline. Contact me. Go to maggiechula.com and learn more. Create new possibilities today.
What's up? This is Brad and Mike from Lincoln Park for Lifebeat, the music industry fights AIDS. Listen up. Times are tough and you get a lot of things thrown your way. If you're being pressured to have sex and you're not ready, then say no. If you're having sex, be smart and use protection. Respect yourself and protect yourself.
For more information, call the National AIDS Hotline at 1-800-342-AIDS or log on to www.lifebeat.org.
Okay. Hi, welcome back. We're talking today about what can we do to check in with Mother Nature, with the fairies, to help the planet so that we help restore and create balance and harmony within our life. If you've been listening to my show, you'll understand that I come from a place where I know there are problems. I get that. I work with people all the time, and I know that there are real problems that we are all concerned about. And what I want to do on this show is say, come on, let's talk about these problems, but then let's also mastermind. Let's find ways that we can move forward and know that we are helping ourselves as we also help the world around us. Because this is a beautiful world. This is truly, if you go outside, almost every part of the outside is just beautiful. And the places where it feels the earth could use a lot more love are the places where we, the human beings, have been destroying it. And I really can't help with some parts of the world other than to share with you one of the things that I do like to do, I do every day, is when I am listening to the news or when I am concerned about something that I've heard on the news, like if there was an earthquake or a volcano, and I start to go into all the people and the loss and the devastation, then I immediately remind myself, wait a minute, we are all connected. We are all connected through what I call the Akashic vibration, the vibration of the source. And in that vibration, if I'm scared and nervous and frightened, it's not contributing anything helpful. It's okay. It's all right. Everyone has days like that or moments like that or times like that. But I try to shift my mind back as quickly as possible into knowing I'm here to help. I want to solve and help. I want to help. So I go into what I call my prayerful manifestation. I connect up and I open up my heart and I share that I connect to the source of all that is. I connect right to the source of God. In my mind, that's where I'm going. From there, I can connect to my source of light, my own source of light. And I allow that beautiful light to come and to flow through me. And as it flows through me, I have this vision of the earth, and I see it floating in front of me. It's easy because have you ever seen anything from the astronaut's point of view? You know, where they have looking out onto the earth and you can see, oh my gosh, it looks like there's so much water and you can see the clouds and then there's a landmass. Well, I use that vision. I do. And I shrink it just a little bit so I can see the whole earth, and I put it between my hands. And this is important because to me, I'm channeling this light now. So I'm breathing it in directly from God, and I'm rinsing it through my own vibration, as my heart's intent is to be loving and helpful, to help stabilize and create. So I share through my energy and my vibration, through my thoughts, my love for this planet. I absolutely love the planet. She's so pretty. When you look at her from space, she looks like this beautiful spinning blue planet. But when I go for a walk, I have so much green space around me. I just adore trees and grass and the plants and the flowers and all of that. So I key into that feeling. Can you feel it? It's a feeling of love that I key into. I love the earth. And then I think of all the beautiful animals, all of the pets I've loved, the animals I've known, and I key into how much I love them, and I send them love. And then I think about the people that I love, the people of the earth, and I send them love. So I start out with thinking of the planet, but I work my way into thinking of all life on earth, and I send love and healing. Now, here's what we know. We know that thoughts have power. So my taking my thoughts from I'm afraid, I'm fearful, I'm worried to I know, I feel that there's love here. I feel that there is a purpose in the universe, that this is not just random chaos, that there is a plan, and I'm part of it. I'm part of that plan to help grow light, empowerment, love. You add your words. So that's one of the things that I do. And in that space, not only do I feel better, because that energy that I'm channeling through me, that I'm sharing with the earth, that I'm helping in my own way to lighten up the vibrations around me, I'm connected to. And I begin to feel better. I feel better. So then when I go out and I work with people, or I, just play with people, then I'm in a better space. I'm in a better space. They can feel that better space, and that lets them relax a little bit and go, okay, I can be okay. I'm okay here. She's feeling okay. I can be okay. So those are another way to deal with it. Another way to deal with it is with your thoughts, with your intentions. So what can we do then, once again, on that practical level? Because there's a lot of different ways to go. Oh, yeah, what about composting? Have you ever thought of that? Now, I know we've got a compost behind us, but what I think about is my grandmother. My grandmother had a little plot of land where she grew flowers. That's what she had for her garden. We didn't grow fruits or vegetables, but she did like to grow flowers. What I remember is she would take everything, even eggshells. She would tell me, Maggie, these eggshells will give the proper calcium into the soil. So she put everything into this milk, it was a paper milk carton. And so she put all this stuff in coffee grounds. Coffee grounds were really good. I remember her telling me that. She'd chop up the banana peels and put it in there. And she made sort of her own little compost because she only had a little bit of land. And so she didn't have it in a part of her yard or anything. She had it in this little milk carton. But then when she went outside, she'd take it, and that was her fertilizer. That's something that you could do. Even if you live in an apartment and you have just the plants inside your house, you can feed them some of the nutrients from the foods that you've been eating. Coffee grounds, eggshells, leftover bread, different things like that. All those things can help and can contribute, and it makes you feel better. It just makes you feel better. Recycling, we all know about recycling, I hope, that there's, I know there are some different rules depending upon where you live, but the primary thing is that if there's a triangle, there's a number on it, and whatever it is you have, and that'll tell you how you should recycle that piece in your part of the world. Because I know even in the United States, we're one country, but our states have some different rules. So it's good to know what's the rule where you live and how can you make the best use of it. Because remember, it's not only going to help the earth, but in some cases, many cases, it can help you save money. So instead of going and buying fertilizer, if you have the space for a compost heap, and that's where you can even put your clippings, and the synergy and the energy from the earth and the sun is going to help turn that into good nutrients that you can put back into the earth around you for planting and for growing things. That's a good one to do. And it's one almost anybody can do. You can, I know you can change your light bulbs, and that there are new kinds of light bulbs that use less energy. So that's another good thing to do. They do say that over time you'll save money doing that. You know, up front might be a little bit more to invest in, but they last longer, and it is a good way to help. And wouldn't that be nice knowing that every time you turn on your lights, there you are, you're using less energy. That means you're helping the earth. Anything you can do that can use less energy in that more, not destructive, but in a more disposable way, to reduce using disposable things is going to help you feel better, because you're going to be contributing to that health of the world, the health of the future for your children, for your grandchildren, for your friends, for your family. So make your home more energy efficient. You can do that by cleaning your air filters. You can get programmable thermostats. There's any number of things you can do. I know that one that we use in our home is to change up the degrees of the heat or the air conditioning so that it's a little warmer at night in the house. I'm not going to go into all the ways like that. There are some really good places on the Google where you can go and find good ways to help heal the earth. I did want to, though, talk a little bit about who are the elementals that we're talking about and the nature fairies, and let's do that at the end of the break, or at the end of the show in the next period. We'll just talk a little bit about that. So as I said, I'm really here to talk about things that are going to help you feel better as you help restore and create balance and harmony for all of life. And we'll give a little bit of information about who are these fairies and these elementals. Touch just a little bit more about those when we come back. So I hope you join me after this next break. Okay.
Free your mind. Expand your soul. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Grab a cup of tea or a glass of wine and tune in for Inspired Conversations with publisher Linda Joy on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Linda creates sacred space for leading female luminaries, empowering authors, heart-centered female entrepreneurs, coaches, and healers. A soulful venue where guests openly share the fears and obstacles they've overcome, wisdom and lessons learned, and the personal journey that led them to the transformational work they do in the world. Inspired Conversations to empower you on your path to authentic, soulful living.
Have you ever wondered, what is the purpose of life? How can I do more, have more, be more? Do you want to talk to your angels, your higher wisdom? Have you tried? But here you are. I invite you to come take a class in the Akashic Vibration process. Learn the language of your soul. Enhance your soul connection. Expand your soul vibration. Contact me. Go to maggiechula.com and learn more. Let me help you interpret the language of your soul.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Mastermind with Maggie. And on this show, we've been checking in with Mother Nature and the fairies, and we've also been sharing some ways that you can help restore and create balance and harmony for all of life within Earth. Simple little ways that you can take action today. And by taking action, just remember, you're helping your own self-esteem. You're helping your mental health. Because as you help the Earth and you take these steps to maybe reduce your carbon footprint, you're not only going to be supported by these beautiful nature fairies, but you're going to feel better about yourself. Can you imagine as you turn on the lights and you know that you're using less energy because you've got the right light bulbs? It's going to make you feel better. Or if you drink your water and you know you've just switched from all these little bottles to either drinking the tap, getting it from a bigger space, whatever it is you're doing, in whatever small ways, just keep on going. Everything counts. So when we said checking in with Mother Nature, hey, what happened here, Maggie? We didn't do too much of that. Well, we did a little bit, just a little bit. But I wanted to let you know, remember, you can go to my website, MaggieChula.com, and you're going to find, there's a channeled message right there from Gaia. And I wanted to share with you, there's a couple of other things. If you look under Ariel, Archangel Ariel has also shared that she's a fairy. So, queen fairy, but she's a fairy. And she's got some things that she has channeled through me. You can find that also. If you go into my blog post, several of them do have audios attached. And I also wanted to share that I have Open the Doorway to Your Soul is the first book that I have published of channeled messages from the master teachers of the Akasha. The master teachers include fairies, archangels, ascended masters, lots of different beings of light. You can find that on my website too. And what I've done recently is hook up all the audios for the original podcast. So if you're not a person who really likes to read too much, but you prefer to listen, then you can find those also. And they're free, they're on my website. Okay, so when we're talking about meeting, contacting, and connecting with the spirits, the nature spirits, how would you do that? So I have shared that when I go out into nature, I actually open up and I take a moment. It's like a prayer, a form of prayer. I open up, I connect up, and I let the angels, the animals, the beings of light know I'm here, I'm outside, this is where I'm at, and I would love to interact with any of the animals that are around. I share that I come in peace and that I'm looking to connect, just to let it be known that I'm respectful. I'm respectful of them and I care. And sometimes that's what they need. They need to know that. So I've experienced that one of the best things to do for me is to go out into the woods. If you go into a place that's more natural, that's never really been cultivated down, you're going to find more of that ancient woodland vibration. You go into the woods. So if you can go off the path, the paved path, and go into a place that's more of a dirt path, more of a natural path created maybe by the animals, then you're going to get a better sense of everything that's around you. Some people connect up the best by going to trees, finding a favorite tree, sitting under the tree and meditating, or I like to put my hands on the tree and just share my energy and see what visions or information I can get from them. Begin first, though, with the attitude that you're there for friendship, that you just want to be there, you want to share your best, and you want to get to know your surroundings. If you open up your mind and your eyes, then to be more aware of what you're seeing, then sometimes you do get a chance to see those little flashes that are all around you. because, fairies and woodland creatures go at a faster vibration than you. So they're really very fast. And sometimes it just takes a moment to sit out in nature and be quiet, but welcoming, to have them come and be around you. They need to know that you're there in peace, and they need to know that you care. So avoiding negative or uncomfortable, disturbing places, I would do that. So if you go to a place and you happen to think that it's like, ooh, something's not right here, it just doesn't feel very comforting, what I do in that case is then I turn on my light even more. Then I plug into that light of God even more. And I let that come all the way through me. And I ask the light to come down and heal. Who knows what has taken place in that space? Because all spaces hold the vibration of what's happened. Have you ever gone into a house and you felt there's something going on there? It's a vibration that stays within all things. All things. So it could be the same with a piece of the earth that you know. And in that case, come, bring your crystal or stone and say that you're going to ground it there and you're going to welcome it. You're going to say, we claim this now for the light. We reclaim this for the light. Because Mother Nature is here and she is happy that you're here helping her. Now, there are a couple of things I want to remind you of before we go, because these hours go very fast. I just want to remind you that next week we're going to talk about, but I love him or her. Because sometimes the path to a balanced, harmonious life partner is full of trolls, bullies, and charlatans. It's a sad truth. Not everything or everyone on the internet is telling you the truth. In some cases, it isn't even close to the truth. But on this show, we can share ways. We can share those ways that you've been sandbagged. We can share the ways that things have happened for you that were not so loving, but you still love this person. And then we're going to mastermind and share tools and solutions to help you learn how to tune into your own inner truth monitor, your intuition, how to rely on your own truth about something. Is this person telling me the truth? Is this person here to have love in their heart, to share love with me? So we're going to talk about that and lead you through the illusions and the fairy tales of love everlasting. My happily ever after with my husband. But even so, there are times when we find ourselves a little out of sorts with each other. But we know we are in this forever. We're here together, and we're a team. We're a couple. So there is a happily ever after, but it's not maybe the fairy tale one where, okay, we're married, so that's it. Happily, here we go off into the world. No, there's more to life than that. Let's come on to the show next week, and that's what we're going to talk about. I also wanted to remind you that I am now partnering up with OMTimes, and I have some classes I started to put on Learn It Live. You can go to my website, MaggieChula.com, and I've got the information there. I think there's also going to be information that's coming out from OMTimes. But my classwork is called the Akashic Vibration. The Akashic Vibration. I even have that website. So it goes with the idea that we're all connected. And that's why I wanted to share with you that I know, is my inner knowing, my truth, that when you do something good for the earth, something good will be done for you. It's a give and a take. And usually a lot of good things come to you. So my husband created this beautiful little fairy-friendly yard. He's lived here for 31 years. And it is beautiful. He's planted trees. He's planted bushes. He takes care of the yard. The fairies love him. You don't have to do more than that. You don't have to do anything more than just be respectful, than just enjoy things. Go outside every now and then and be happy. Share your happiness. Isn't that simple? Go outside. Share your happiness with nature. But it's true. Go outside. Find a flower. to breathe in the beautiful scent and then thank that flower. When you see bees, start to realize they are helping. We need bees to help us to pollinate the plants. Some of them create honey. Find ways that you can change your mind and change your thoughts about your interactions with Earth. What are you doing? And I know one of the things that I've started to do, maybe my husband won't agree, is I am working to actively take shorter showers. Now, I love water. I love taking showers. But I'm working on ways. How can I do it a little less? Can I just shave some time off of that? Maybe make the water not quite so hot, because I want to do something every day that makes me feel I'm showing my love for this planet. I'm caring and I'm acting as a human being who respects and loves all of life. And that's what I do. All right. So I hope that you do come and listen in next week as we talk about the fact that you love someone and it's not all it's not all roses and sunshine, but there's ways that you can reestablish that connection. Please take a moment this week to check in with Mother Nature and do something, just something that shortens your carbon footprint. The elementals, the spiritual beings around here will love you and thank you, and I thank you. I thank you. So for now, I am complete. Bye-bye.